Hi guys, Janie here. Welcome back. Robbie and I are at Cultivate 2024. If you guys don't know what Cultivate is, it is like the biggest. It's the garden industry party, basically. Everybody comes here. There's all these brands here, all the new introductions of the new fun plants. I'm going to be at the Proven Winners booth today and tomorrow. Robbie's going to be there with me, helping out. You'll be at Monrovia.
Get off the escalator.
Get off the escalator. So Robbie's doing a really good job of getting footage, right?
Better than somebody else.
Better than me. I'm getting a little distracted, but that's okay. I promise to get footage today. So today's the first official day of the show. Yesterday we were here and we were inside, but it wasn't set up yet.
It was like behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was behind the scenes. And so today's the first official day, open to the public, and hold on, let me get in real quick. Okay, just had to show our badges. Okay, so it is super early right now. It's 7 a.m.
The amount of plants.
Look at this, you guys. It is 7 a.m. Ohio time, which is what, 4 o'clock our time?
4 o'clock our time. And we were up 2 hours ago.
It's 4 a.m. our time and we were up. So we're off to meet Jenny from Gardening with Creekside. Her and I are going to do a video together talking about the new 2025s for Proven Winners, which are just fantastic. And I'll show them all to you in a sec. How are you?
A little sleepy, but we're
Oh my God.
we really are.
Oh my gosh, this is Robbie. Do you guys know Robbie?
Hi.
Nice to meet
Hey
you.
guys, I have Jenny here. I'm so excited. We met briefly last year.
We did.
But didn't really get a chance to hang out or talk
Yes.
or anything like that.
Yes.
And finally this year we get a chance.
That's right.
Even though we had to wake up super early to do
We did, but it's all right. It is all good. We had the whole booth to ourselves, and so we're going to have lots of fun.
And you got in yesterday, right?
We did.
And you're saying it's a pretty easy flight here?
It's a direct flight, less than an hour. Janie's very jealous right now.
Yes, I am.
Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Look who I have, none other than Janie herself. It's a look I get off.
That's just normal, Jenny.
No. But so this is that older bloom, right? But then look at all that new growth popping up, and so it quote buries the dead.
Guess who I ran into?
Hi, everyone.
Matthew from the Southerners Northern Garden.
Yep.
I am going to your house in
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? My days are all
Maybe
mixed
tomorrow.
up. So we're gonna do a garden tour. So last year when I came and visited Ohio, he let me come to his house to do a garden tour, and it was
I moved.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you immediately moved right
like
after
you.
that, and it was like, okay, well I gotta come back again. And your new garden.
Come a long way.
Oh my
Still a lot
gosh!
to go.
Oh my gosh! So I will link his channel down below. I'm sure you all watch his channel anyway, but the new garden is absolutely stunning, and it's literally, you just planted it, and it still looks this good.
All of it's new except a few trees, basically.
And your hydrangea hedge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So where are you off to right now? Monrovia?
Just wandering around. We just got started this morning, so yeah. Just looking around.
Aw. So everybody stay tuned. His garden tour should be coming up probably Sunday. I'm posting it on Sunday.
Oh, yours. Okay, of
My
my garden. I was like, mine a little early. It'll probably be like August before I get around to my garden.
My channel, his garden tour will be on Sunday.
So this is one of my big local garden centers, Nator's. They have a beautiful display every year at Cultivate. Some of these things I have in my garden, including this Japanese, or it's not a Japanese maple, it's a Crimson Century maple, it looks like, which Janie will see tomorrow in my video.
You have one of those in your garden?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. So you took me to this place last year, and we filmed a video. I will link that video down below. That was so fun.
Massive. So they have some video
Yeah.
down here of their garden center.
Yeah. And you get to go shopping at this place,
All the time.
which is so fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? That's
Looks
beautiful.
like a Dawn Redwood or probably a Dawn Redwood.
It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Hey, look who I have. Jim's here. I've been so excited to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a while
It
since
has.
I've seen you.
It's like November. Is that
Yeah. So Jim came and visited my garden,
I did.
right? And you had a good trip. You went all over the place.
We did. We were out on the road for like 2 months.
How was it? Did you get tired after that?
No, I like being on the road.
Yeah.
Because you get to see new plants, new places, plants I don't see all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just had a giant open house garden tour.
I did. Yeah. I invited the world into my garden. Because a lot of people showed up. It was 96 degrees, so I think that kept a few people away. But it was like 800 people in the garden. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's so fun.
It was fun.
I had so many people told me how good it was and to see it in person.
People kept asking, "Is Janey gonna come?" I was like, "She's not gonna come from Davis, California."
No, I might. Jim. If you invite me, I might. And that's why they know I might come to your garden.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna make it
good.
to your garden.
Yeah, good. Raleigh has so many gardening things.
Yeah. Are you introducing new plants this year?
Yeah, I'm here with Plant Development Services, which is the Southern Living Plant Collection, all those kinds of things. And I got a little side stage, 30-minute talk I have to give an hour. So.
I filmed that last year when you did that.
Oh, okay.
I love it. You were talking about that one plant. What was that one plant that was like variegated kind of? The new one last year.
Oh, maybe a cast iron plant.
That's it.
Aspidistra.
That's it. That's what it is.
Tokyo skies.
Yeah, say the name.
Aspidistra, which is cast iron plant. Yeah. yeah. Shade. Need a lot of shade.
Does it?
Yeah, it's a shade. It's a shade evergreen. Yeah. But people in the north can grow it as a house plant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful plant, and I've seen it starting to come out. That's the cool thing about Cultivate is that you see the plants at first, and you're like, oh yeah, I recognize that one. Oh yeah, I recognize that one.
Yeah. Well, there's so much going on in here. That's part of my talk today. Is like all the toiling away that humans are doing to make these plants better. Yeah. It's like I'll put up something on my channel, and it's like, well, that thing gets whatever.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's been improved.
Do you know who I met yesterday?
Who's that?
Ushio, the inventor of supertunias.
Oh, gotcha.
So the breeder of supertunias.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was just listening to him talk. It was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. You know, so fun. It's like how you are with Alan
Armitage.
Yeah, Armitage.
Whoever. And I had breakfast with Buddy Lee, the Encore Azalea inventor. And it was fun. It was fun.
It's just crazy. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. So we're at the PDSI booth. They are the ones that do Encore Azaleas, the Southern Living, the Sunset, which is so good for California, Butterfly Candy Buddleia, and then the new Butterfly Boxwood. Better Boxwood, which is really, really fun. So this is a new one that I would love to try. And you can see Jim over there doing his thing. Encore Azaleas. Look at how pretty. And then here's one that I definitely want in my garden. This is Silver Caress Mahonia, which is supposed to do so well. I see it all the time at the garden centers, and it's just one that's been on my list of things that I need to grow. Look at all the pretty plugs. So these are just all the babies. Look at all these. They're so cute. You all know how much I love this kind of stuff. Look who I found! It's Heidi! How are you? When did you get here?
Last night.
Oh my goodness. And are you staying the whole weekend?
Yes, we'll be here till Tuesday. So yeah, nice to see you again.
I was just talking on here how it's like a reunion to see everybody, and it's just so fun.
And you have come so far in the last year. Congratulations. You have done a great
friend.
She is amazing.
Hi, Randy.
Hey, how's it going?
And Carl. Hi, Carl. You have to say hi. So we're at the Bootstrap booth. I love you guys. I'm having so much fun with all my trays and everything. So what do you got for us?
We've got kind of an assortment of our microgreen trays, 1020s, with holes, without, mesh, our 10x10s, and our 5x5s for folks that like to kind of break up into smaller chunks of varieties.
So these are the microgreen ones?
Yes, yep, shallow trays, a little easier to harvest, don't need quite so much grow media, so some savings there for you.
Yeah.
Media flow.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, the other thing is, so I live in California where it's incredibly hot. So does Robbie, and he already put up some shade cloth, and so now we're like, okay, we need all the shade cloth that Bootstrap has, all of it. Well, cool, awesome. It's so good to see you guys here.
It's so great seeing you.
Thanks.
Jenny.
It's Josh. Hi. Josh with We the Wild.
Welcome.
You guys know I talk about. I'm so proud of you for being in Target.
I know. It's a huge thing for us. I mean, I started this just on my living room table.
Yes.
So the fact that we can now bring the vision and the mission of We the Wild out to everybody in Target.
So wait.
I'm blowing my mind.
Okay, so we obviously can hear this cutie patootie is from Australia, right? But just quickly tell people the story that you told me before.
Yeah, right. So I started We the Wild because I just felt like all of the plant care that was out there was cluttered, confusing, it was dangerous. I just was a frustrated consumer who, even though I grew up on a farm in Australia, I went to the kind of plant care shelf in the store and was so overwhelmed. And when I brought everything home and started using it on my plants, I just felt like nothing was working, and I was really worried about all the ingredients in there, and I just felt like there had to be a better way to keep my plants thriving. So I just went around the world for like 3 years working with the best agricultural like scientists and agronomists and all of this, really looking at like, okay, if a plant's in a pot, how do I build something to keep it alive? And like basically this very simple proposition that a plant is not meant to be grown in a pot. There is no such thing as indoor plants. Oh my god, shock horror. There's no such thing as indoor plants. And if a plant is not meant to be grown in a pot, it's meant to be grown in the wild, right? It's meant to be grown as a part of this rich ecosystem. So I basically was just like, okay, we've just got to create something that replicates the ecosystem as closely as possible and make it so it's simple, effective, organic, easy to use, can't burn or overdose, like all of that.
Yeah.
And so that's where we started this whole crazy journey. And I just started like, I sort of formulated it, found the ingredients, found some suppliers, and started bottling it in my living room.
I just love it.
And then suddenly it just took off and I was like, oh my God.
Well, it took off because it's good. But it's so funny because, you know, you always want to support the small companies and the people who really believe in doing it the right way. Yeah. But I can't even say you're a small company anymore. Like you're in Terrain, you're in Target, it's just incredible. So I have to say, I love this brand. I know I talk about it so much, but I love it because of Josh.
And I also love all of your support because I know that so many of Janey's followers and fans are also a fan of We the Wild, and I just want to thank you guys for being on this journey with us because it's so exciting to have such a loyal, excited customer base that's really, really I think committed to doing better for their plants, themselves, and also the planet, because that's what this is all about, right?
And supporting good people. Genuinely good people. Thank you, Josh.
Bye.
All right, I finally made it to Walter's Gardens. I want to show you guys some of the fun stuff that they have at the booth because, first of all, I'm obsessed with the mangaves this year, but I also want to show you these easy-scapes that you might be seeing at your garden centers. So this is kind of a fun thing. It's kind of like recipe. It's a recipe book, and they have 50 recipes basically that all lean towards a certain thing, whether it's like deer resistant or heat tolerant, drought tolerant. Basically, you go to a garden center, you see the Easy-Scape recipe, and they have like 4 or 5 perennials that you can pick, and you basically plant next to each other, and it's mimicking the signature gardens, right? All the gardens from Proven Winners that I get all my inspiration from, they're doing these recipes, so they make it so easy for us to plant it in our garden. And this one's so fun because it has this totally stoked riptide that I'm super excited about, mixed with the Prairie Winds ornamental grass. Isn't that pretty? And then this new one that I am definitely planting. This is the Living Large Perennial Salvia, which is so fun. And then of course the mangave that I'm oddly attracted to this year. I know, I never thought I would be attracted to something like this, because it's very architectural. It's foliage. It's not a lot of bloom color, but it's just so fun, especially when you mix it with the bloom colors, with the flowers. I think that it just adds something to a garden that I know my garden has been missing. It's been missing some of the structure like this. And the other thing you have to think, for those of you who live in the hot areas like I do, the mangave are evergreens, right? So everyone's like, oh, you need evergreen interest. You need evergreen interest. Well, mangave's right there. The other cool thing about mangaves is they actually can take so much more water than these plants look like. These plants look like you wouldn't water them at all. Actually not true. That's why they do so well in my hanging baskets in my backyard. Those hanging baskets gets watered right now twice a day. And you would think that the mangave would not be able to handle that much water. The more water you give it, the bigger it grows. I have to show you all. I'm literally so excited about this shrub. It's called Yardline Viburnum. So, I live on a pretty busy street. Some cars drive very, very fast along that street, and I have to have something for privacy. And I've been going back and forth on what shrub I'm gonna plant along my front fence line along the street. And as soon as Proven Winners came out with this new plant, it's called Yardline. It's a super, super fast grower. It's a viburnum. It gets 12 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it grows super, super fast. I was just talking to everybody at Spring Meadow, and they said it grows so fast. And this is the plant that I'm going to plant as a wall, as a privacy wall, a noise reducer, like just to add some greenery. I am hoping to get a bunch of these for next year so that I can plant them. Okay, you guys, it is the last day. It is Tuesday. It's the last day of Cultivate, and Cultivate's only open for the morning. And then everybody starts breaking all this beautiful stuff down, giving away a lot of plants, which I wish I could take them, but I have to go on a plane, unfortunately. So I didn't get a bunch of footage here yesterday because I actually drove to 2 garden tours, including Matthew's from the Southerners Northern Garden. His new garden is absolutely gorgeous. And then one other one in the suburbs of Columbus as well. So those will be on, you know, my Sunday garden tours coming up in the next couple weeks. I did want to come back here though to Cultivate because I wanted to get one last look at the plants that I'm super excited about for next year. So that's the cool thing about this show, is that it's kind of like a sneak peek of what's going to be coming, what's new, what the plant companies are super excited about, which means those are really going to be the really fun plants. So let me show you the couple plants that I am most excited about for next year. So I think you all can guess the plant, the supertunia I'm most excited about. And this is Supertunia Tiara Pink. It is so pretty. I love the little white center kind of faded out. The Supertunia Tiara Blue is really pretty as well. But you know, I really like the vigorous plants, and you can just kind of see the difference here. So this one is definitely on my wish list for next year. Maybe zigzag planter, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but this one is definitely a top pick for me. So headed over to Walter's Gardens, the home of the perennials. I have 2 kind of types of plants that I'm super excited about, and you all can see what I'm most excited about, which is the mangave. Now, I am really starting to get excited about, you know, the succulent looking plants in a California garden. I obviously don't want to go all of these type of plants, but putting these in with kind of like a beautiful soft bloom plant like a nepeta or even like a superbena, I just think is going to be so pretty. So I love agaves, but agaves grow so slowly. The mangaves have the look of that, but they grow so much faster and they can handle more water, which is really exciting. So my favorite is the Catch a Wave right here, just because they get so big. These are the ones that I have in my hanging basket right now. They do have some new ones that they're introducing. This one is Tooth Fairy, and you can see it has these spikiness on the leaves, which I think is really neat. And then this one is Thunderbird, which is just cute. It has the dark foliage. It's just a little bit smaller, and this, I think, like the Catch a Wave is good for like one focal plant, but these are going to be good for like smaller ones, you know, like you can put them all together. I do want to show you Lavender Lady that I didn't get, but I wish I did. It makes it look like this is so soft. Look at this. It's almost like the variegation on it just makes it look like it's a really soft leaf, and it's not. It just feels like a regular succulent type leaf. So mangave is one I am definitely excited about. So the other perennial I'm super excited about is a perennial salvia, actually. It's called Living Large Perennial Salvia, and it's actually like a giant size salvia with these beautiful blooms right here. I don't think the pictures do it justice online, because when you see it in person, it looks so much prettier. The ombre effect, I would say, on these blooms are just so pretty. So it gets really big. It is drought tolerant, but it's going to bloom better with more moisture. So, you know, I would hook it up to some good irrigation or something like that. But I really love it, and I love it mixed with this prairie winds, the silvery foliage grass that they have here. So love this combination, and I love the mangave. Then, so there's Walter's Gardens, and then if you come right over here, this is Spring Meadow. I talked about this earlier in this video. I am so excited about this, you guys. I do want to say Yardline Viburnum is hardiness zones 7 through 9. So I know it does leave a lot of you out that are in the lower zones, but a lot of you in the lower zones can have some of the some of the conifers that we can't have in the higher zones. So you can use those conifers like arborvitaes to kind of make a border. I mean, we could do that, but it just doesn't thrive very well, at least where I live in the hot climates. So having a yardline viburnum like this, that is a hedging type plant, gets me really excited, and hopefully it does for those of you that are in hotter zones like I am. Here's another look at the live-in large perennial salvia that you can kind of see it a little bit better. So I just love it. It is a huge plant. This is one plant right here. So I think it gets 2 feet wide. So it gets 32 inches tall, and then it gets 32 inches wide. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty big plant, but I'm excited about it. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's me. I didn't even realize. Oh my goodness. I can't stop smiling. All right, then the last thing that I'm super excited is that Jack Barnwell finally came out with different sizes of aquapots. I feel like we've been asking him forever, but he came out with the smaller size, so you can put this in smaller pots. And then what I want is this bigger size, because then I can put big pots everywhere, and I know that they're gonna have access to water. So I just have to say, finally. All right, you guys, so that is going to be it for Cultivate 2024. I think it was such a fun show this year. There were so many really, really fun, exciting introductions of plants, of products, people. Honestly, I met so many new people here. I just absolutely love coming to this show. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.